What's up, guys? What's going on? So we are back at Jubilee for week 4, day 11. There's not a lot of huge changes happening here every day. That's another reason that, I don't always run over and grab the camera and show you guys what's going on. Because it's always, it's not always something that you can really see, and I like to be impactful. I like to, show you guys inspirational things, not like, oh, I already saw that 10 times, Pete, move on, move on. So it's the reason I'm not picking up the camera here all the time. And something that's been really intimidating has been like the Mount Everest pile of mulch here. When I originally got here and we started this project in February, I bet you there was 2,000 yards of mulch at least over there in that area. We probably used 1,000 in phase 1. I've got maybe 100, 150 yards left to work with over here in phase 2, and I'm kind of starting to get a little bit of hope and see the other side of that pile. So it's definitely kind of exciting. And the main reason I have to move that pile is because a lot of these trees and these native plants that I have ready to go in, they're all going into the center area. So unfortunately I have to move the pile to plant, then I got to come back in and put the mulch back in around the plants. But it is what it is. There's nothing we can do. The thing that I will point out is this project, like I said, 2,000 yards of mulch. Y'all do the math on that. 2,000 times 20, I mean, that would be a lot of money in mulch if somebody had to buy this stuff. And when I first got here, this mulch pile that I'm complaining about, was all the way over to there. So it's actually gotten a lot smaller. I remember when the front of it was past that cabbage bomb right there. And there is more than a couple of beds here. There's 2 up in the front, and there's this one here in the center. The one in the center does have a bit of a mulch base because this is where the pile was, but the ones over here have nothing. So, this will be used for touch-up. This will be used for those bare beds. And you can see we've really, we've been at it here for a couple hours this morning. I think it's, 10:30 right now. So we've been going here for 3.5 hours solid. Got a lot of the mulch spread. And something I'll point out, we are putting the mulch here very thick. We planted the plants very high. The only thing we have not planted yet is this 4-inch mimosa. And if we were to have planted that 4-inch mimosa before we went, and put all that mulch down, a lot of those would have got buried. A lot of those would have disappeared. So we find that those are much easier to come back in, and plant into the mulch. So the guys will grab a flat, because these are, on a flat, and I'll pull one of these up for you. This is just a small mimosa, and they'll just take a little bit of dirt, pull back the mulch, put the dirt in the hole, plant that mimosa. So this way we're making sure that all those mimosa are at the surface. None of those are actually going to get buried. Everything that's over here behind me is still yet what needs to go in the ground. Pineapple sage, grasses, dune sunflower, some palmetto, some Simpson stopper. I brought some dwarf firebush with us today. I brought some more purple possum passion fruits. I brought a couple more bananas. So a few things to thicken up this one food forest area over here. And here's the guardian of the food forest himself. What's up, buddy? Water plants are supposed to be showing up today. We've got a little bit more mulch to go in around that pond. But we're really plugging along here. We're starting to kind of make some headway. I can tell that something's happened. It's definitely very rewarding pulling out of here now. I was looking forward to coming back this morning. We added 18 mangoes, 3 or 4 grafted jackfruits, a couple of white sapotes, a tamarind, an avocado, probably about 50 pineapples, 35 bananas, 10 passion fruits, 350 grasses, 1,000 mimosa, 25 firebush, 20 sweet almond. There's also some other different native species in there like beautyberry and Jamaican caper, some other oddball things that I'm probably missing right now. You can see this is really kind of starting to look like a park. This is a bit of a more wild area, not as linear as, phase 1. Everything's in rows over there. So this was a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed planting this. I think I mentioned that before, more than I actually enjoyed even planting the other side. The other side was a big undertaking. So here's that bamboo windbreak. And we are just plugging along over here. See that? We got the mangoes on the screen, 133. So that mulch pile is gone, and that's what I want to show you before I start laying out some plants. I know you're going to see these little piles to the side, and you're going to be like, oh, it's not gone, but it's moved from the center. So that whole center area is completely empty. I've got two little, like we'll call sub piles on each side over there. And you know, those are maybe dump truck load fulls. And then I've got that one big pile that I moved from the center, kind of all the way over there on the north end of the property, and that'll be my touch-up material throughout that food forest area that we're finishing. And I just want to show you guys the mimosas over here going in, and I'm going to start laying out some trees. You can see each individual one of those little black pots is a sunshine mimosa, Mimosa strigolosa, and you look over here to this side, and this is already planted, and you can barely see those guys, and it definitely makes it, you know, very difficult to mulch. If those were in prior, probably would have lost about half of them. There's no guarantee they would have came up through that thick mulch, so you know, we're having to add a little bit of native soil, not really compost, but a native soil underneath each plant to bring them up high enough to where, you know, they're going to be at that ground level. So you can see we're using a little bit of this crappy garden soil here, and that's what's building up each plant. Alrighty, well, it's almost 5 o'clock. It's actually probably like 4:30, but I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, so a little bit of a long day. A couple guys already head back to take a shower, and we've got the mulch pile moved. We've got 95% of the plants laid out, other than the citrus and a couple other things. Native plants I have sitting over here, pond plants showing up in the morning, but we've got the entire pond laid out. I've got the center laid out. I've got a little island up by the center laid out, and I'll just show you all around real quick. This whole center area is pretty much, for the main frame, laid out. I'm gonna add a few things, but all the saw palmettos are in there, mealy grass. We have a couple more of the Simpson stopper in here. The big main species tree coming down the center is Royal Point Sienna. On the left side, we have Gumbo Limbo. And on the right side, we're gonna have some really neat, I believe they're called a Manila Tamarind. Recently tried the fruits on them when I was down in, I believe, the Manatee Rare Fruit Council or Manatee Rare Fruit Garden. We did a video there. They had some of the trees sitting out front. We have passion fruits on the oaks. We've got some firebush in here, a couple of those Yapoon hollies. As you can see, we've made some serious progress here. Definitely getting some things done. I mean, this place was a little bit of a wreck when we got here. These Dune sunflower have already started growing on the hill. Those just went in the ground last week. Everything's looking really good. It's getting cleaned up now. It's time to get out of here, so. Definitely had a nice long day, lots of progress. Mulch pile's gone, plants are laid out. I was originally supposed to be here till Thursday. I could probably hump and get out of here by Wednesday, but I think we're actually gonna slow down a little bit. Maybe take a couple extra breaks, spend some time touring around the Grove. I'm probably still gonna work it through Thursday, and you know, we're well ahead of schedule here, so it's going well. I'll tune back in for y'all tomorrow, get the drone out and get you some of those overhead shots. Hope you guys are enjoying this, you know, Jubilee phase 2. So don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and pound that bell. Boom!
Can't believe what I found when I let a little piece of you, a piece of you into forever after.